All right, cool. Leon, super focus. We're digging into the details here a little bit. What was your parents' reaction when you said, Mom, Dad, I'm becoming a pro video game player?
Their first reaction wasn't good. I told them I was quitting my job to do it because
what did you do back then?
I worked at Nando's. I was a griller. So yeah, I was cooking up the chicken, and then I told my parents I'm quitting to go play professionally. And at the time I already like stopped going to college, so they didn't really approve of it until they really saw the money coming in.
So, outside of gaming, prior to coming into obviously being in Siege, what was your biggest achievement in life in your eyes?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Outside of cooking some chicken?
Outside of cooking chicken, probably my biggest achievement was, contrary to how I look now, I lost a lot of weight when I was younger. I used to be a big boy back then, as I am now, and then I lost quite a lot of it very fast, so I was pretty proud of that until obviously I put it all back on, but that don't really matter.
Fair enough. So, obviously for a lot of people, esports, especially as a professional player, isn't like a lifelong career, right? It's still a very young industry anyway. What do you see you doing in esports after you retire as a player? Do you fancy becoming a manager, a coach? Is there something else that you're particularly interested in?
I think after retiring as a player, I think I could see myself as a good desk host. I think I've got quite a bit of personality for that, or I could do something in production because I'm quite good with IT stuff.
Interesting. So lots of people in esports, especially pro players, have people that they look to for inspiration. They're the reason they got into the game in the first place. We'll start with inside of Siege itself, but who was your inspiration?
In Siege, my inspiration was Ben Citizen McMillan. You know, big idol, big fragger, and is the reason I'm here today.
And what about outside of Siege as well? Any pro athletes that you look to?
Person I look up to a lot is a rapper called J. Cole. He's someone whose lyrics I relate with a lot, and someone I've always looked up to as a person.
So talk to us about your development, about LeonGids' development inside the team itself. You know, what's your role looking like these days compared to what it was before?
Yeah, at the start of Rogue, I came in as an entry player, you know, having first in the building, first engagements and that stuff. And obviously after a very despicable stage 2.
I remember a few painful games.
You know, I got moved to support. The team felt that's how the team needs to move forward because they just didn't feel comfortable with me on the front anymore. So I stayed with that for a good 6-7 months to avoid relegation and continue into stage 1 as well of 2021. And then after 2021, we kind of changed it up a bit. I went back to entry for stage 2, and I still kind of play that now, but it's kind of all over the place. I'm a bit in the middle of where I actually am. I'm not quite sure.
You're kind of wearing the flag of where this next question's going as well. I want to talk about the UK scene for a second. It's come a long way since the early days to the stage that you're now the only UK player here in the quarterfinals as well. How far on do you think it's come, and what do you think about the new generation of up-and-coming UK players?
Yeah, definitely improved a lot since back in the day of IDK Team Secret, original lineup. Definitely somewhere we're getting very far up as well. You know, we've won a Pro League title, I believe, with Navi. And yeah, it's just constantly going up and up, but there's still some improvement to go because the old Gem boys still making it out of groups and the rest aren't.
I've got one final thing to ask you about before we start wrapping up, Leon. Now, naturally, it's been a really long rollercoaster journey for you as well as Rogue recently, you know, looking at back to Team Secret, now on towards Rogue. Is this finally where things really start turning up and staying up for you consistently?
I think this is a good turning point for us. I think making this land is really going to motivate the team to show what we're missing out on and what we want to keep achieving, which is making lands and winning titles.
Awesome. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing how you boys do. Really hope for you and Meepy especially it goes well. But of course, to all the Rogue boys, massive thank you for sitting down with us today and good luck.
Thank you very much, Liz.